You are cutting down to flyweight. Is that for the first time?
Yeah. And I haven't lost any power, so this is going to be fun.
Your mentor's Dan Hooker, and I'd love to know what he said to you, because I reckon he would have had an opinion.
It was like, oh, well, at least he fought like a molly.
I don't reckon I've seen in our time doing the pod on social media, more people come onto our page and start talking shit.
Not like a good insult to get me straight to the gym. Yeah, just keep it coming. Turn it up a couple notches. I got a big fight coming up, so could use it.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Welcome back to Who the Fuck Are These Guys? How are you, Mako Shark?
Feeling good, Matty C. Feeling good, mate. How are you feeling? It's Christmas spirit.
It is a Christmas spirit. I'm feeling great. We've been saying that now, Mako Shark, for all the diehards out there. It's about a year we've been doing it on air because we always hide. We've been audio boys, but this is a year.
Live in the studio, Roland Media, share them out. This is the best place in Melbourne, to be honest.
And I will say also,
I just love it.
We're hearing that there's expansion too. So if you're out there and you're looking for a podcast, you want to look as good as us. But Mako Shark, a huge episode, as you said. We look like idiots. Christmas.
Ho, 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 Matthew. Excited.
And we've got a great guest and a great episode coming up. We're doing some awards. It's a Christmas spectacular, and we have a guest as well.
Got a big guest coming up. Yes. It's our man, pod favourite, one of the best guests we've ever had. The best feedback, the biggest ratings I reckon we've had outside Volk.
Yes,
it's our man,
and that's actually factual.
Tauzemup. Aaron Tauzemup. Head, knees, shoulders, Tauzemup.
It's a great song.
He's coming back on the pod because he loves the boys. Who wouldn't?
Wow.
I can't wait. He's had he went to Contender Series. Whatever happened. He's got another fight coming up this week. Can't wait to
Sounds like a bit of a, when people go on those business conferences, they get, when they're in the corporate world, and they go on a conference, got to go to Vegas, go on to Bali to fight, mate.
I might fight a bloke when I'm there, but we'll go to a day club or two.
Sounds like Tauzemup might be doing some, I don't know, has he got a missus?
Got kids and a missus, yeah. He'll be straight-laced.
Straight-laced Tauzemup, sorry.
We're looking forward to that chat.
Excited then. I was about to really go into something.
No, we won't go into it. 2024 year in review, somewhat. We won't go too deep, but we keep it surface level. But plenty of awards to come.
So there's a hint though. Give a bit of a tease.
Well,
for not just fighting awards, we've got
all sorts of stuff coming up, mate. Don't worry about that. So there'll be keep your eye on that. But mate, we might as well get into it. You reckon?
Get into it. The hats look good, Mako.
How does your hat look? You've gone ears under. I've noticed. I can't quite get my ears in.
I've tucked them in, and you've gone over. But this is like when the kids used to wear the Echo hats.
I'm going to tuck mine in. They said on Friday.
Tuck mine in. So we'll put it out to the audience what they think too. Over or under?
Over or under. Cocko, what do you think? Over or under?
Over.
There you go.
And also depending on the lobes.
Well, it depends on cranium size,
lobe
size.
If I'm tucking in, it's a bad look for me.
Got a big lobe. I got a
big lobe. So if I point out and then lobe out. Anyway.
Lobe drama. So look, should we get into it, you reckon?
Lobe drama. Take us in, Mako. Come on.
It's our man. Heads, knees, shoulders, toes them up. Coming at you right now. All right, Who the Fuckers, we are back again with one of the best guests we've ever had on this podcast. I reckon his ratings, Matthew, no joke, no bullshit,
no bullshit.
Second only to Alex Volkanovski in the history of this podcast. This man equals ratings, and we thought we'd get him back on because he's got a huge fight coming up. It's our man, it's Tauzemup. It's Aaron Tau back on the pod. How are you, brother?
What's happening, boys?
To be honest, though, his views are through the roof, this guy. You watch him on all other shows, they're always...
Through the roof,
what are we putting that down to? Is it just your authenticity, your fight style, or a bit of a combination of both? Because you always do seem to... People love to hear from him, Mako Shark.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think either people really like me or they really hate me. So they're trying to figure out... They're trying to wait for me to trip over my own feet, which is always inevitable, but... Hey, enjoy the ride, team, because it's going to go for a while.
Exactly, mate. He's a fast-paced ride. Well, that's why I got you back on, man, because a lot's happened since we had you on the first time, just before the Contender. Obviously, what happened, man. It was a hell of a fight. I don't know how you're feeling since, but tell us what's been going through the mind ever since that fight on Contender Series and, didn't get the chocolates like we thought you would, but, mate, nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
Yeah, shit fight. No, I just started a bit late, boys. Sometimes you go to work and you're not ready for clock-in time. So I was obviously worked towards this one moment in my life for 15 years, and I kind of got consumed by it. So you know how there's nerves. Well, the other end of the scale of that is excitement. So instead of I wasn't nervous enough. I was too excited. I tipped the scale too far the one way, and the whole first round, bro, I was literally just like in my head, like, oh, in front of Dana White, like moving around, like, and just forgot that I was there to actually hurt somebody. So halfway through the second round, I was like, oh, that's right, I'm here to like actually win.
We're in a scrap.
Yeah. I was just trying to like pick him apart and figure him out instead of just actually fighting him. But it was a little bit to do with that was kind of the game plan. But hey, boys, I ain't leaving.
Friends of the pod don't lose, Mako Shark. But I think also the way you fight and your history and the way you finish opponents, I assume that sometimes that's hard to, in your own head, go out and actually fight a man on his merits. And in your head, you're probably thinking, I'm going to knock him out cold in front of everyone, the big moment. But sometimes that, even at, with all the fights you've had in the history and you said you talk about 15 years, like you still get to that moment, and maybe sometimes it still can creep up on you that it's the big stage and you have to fight every person on their day. So I think your history and what you've done is we all see it, unbelievable knockout artists, but sometimes it can creep up, and maybe that potentially happened in that fight too.
Well, what happened? Like, you're kind of right, but just the reverse. So every other fight, I like actually constantly incept myself like, gonna knock this cunt the fuck out. Like, I'm gonna fucking land this on his head, and he's just gonna fold up like a fucking lawn chair. And that's like how I speak to myself, And coming up to this fight, that's why I was kind of like moving the way I was. It was like, I want to show them that I deserve to be here, like skillfully.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Instead of just coming up the gate like a rabid dog, I was like going too cruisy and trying to pick my shots, and it was just the wrong fight for that style, I because of the way that kid fought, which was real good. Like, he was pretty quick. Like, yeah, he found a few holes in my game that just specifically his body type and his explosiveness could take advantage of. And if I had just shut him down early, that definitely would have influenced the whole fight in a different way, in my opinion. So, yeah, this time I'm just like shaking the cage, boys.
Ultimate Warrior style.
Should have dressed the elephant in the room. We were wearing hats because it's our Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, brother.
We're not just two idiots sitting around in hats, Mako Shark. The man's got his beautiful locks out, and we're sitting there in hats.
That's all right.
Well, I'm hiding mine. You got yours under there, though.
Yeah. No, mate, but tell us about the fight a little bit, though, because third round, mate, I reckon you were enjoying yourself out there. That's where, like, the real true dogs start coming out. That third round, your cardio, I reckon, you were on your way to winning that fight. A couple more minutes, you're going to break that dude. Like, that third round was a dog fight. Mate, take us through that, though. What were you thinking during that? Because it was a hell of a scrap, and I reckon you knew you had him at some points in that third round, and you were sort of, talk about having that dog in you, got that Dan Hooker in you a little bit. I reckon that's what was happening in that third round a bit.
Yeah, you can smell your own kind, That's why Hooker likes me, like, why we get along. Little bit too many screws loose upstairs, so you get to enjoy those kind of moments where most men start folding,
Mm-hmm.
But that third round was good, just because I started letting my hands go a bit more. Stuffed a couple takedowns, and then I wasn't so multi-layered with my defenses. Like, I just kind of started standing in a closer range and letting them grab me as well, because once I felt him, I felt stronger than him, to be honest. But the game plan was not to engage in any kind of wrestling. So there's moments where he's like down and you see me kind of just like stand up and not really, because that's not really how I disengage, but my corner's just like stand up. So yeah, just kind of disengage weirdly, because I'm usually in that position. I'm trying to like smash the head off. So kind of just a little bit of something that I didn't foresee. But yeah, once I started landing shots and then he started backing out, I was just shuffling in. I could see him a couple of times, even after that body kick. I think it was the second round or something. After the body kick, seeing him fold a little bit inside, and then once I started breaking him down heaps into the third round, I seen it in his eyes that he did give up. Bro, the dude stood back up. I sunk him one time and he just sat down, and then I just stood there and I was like, he's done. I hit him with a couple more. Man's going to give me my contract. And I was like, yeah, it just wasn't urgent enough. And yeah, I think that's just going to chalk that up to experience, you know?
That's all it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is experience. Just, getting to that moment, and now you've learned from that, definitely.
Speaking of contracts, we thought maybe Dana would hand out 2 Mako Shark.
I was screaming at the fucking TV, like, come on.
Kids are like, calm down.
Give it to the man. Like, did you think maybe there was still a chance? He doesn't do it often, giving dudes that lose a contract, but like, hey, if UFC want dudes that are going to give them entertaining fights and just always go to war, I thought maybe they'd in the back of their mind go, this dude deserves one.
I think I pissed them off like Fight Week.
Really?
I think either that or like UFC Mexico, like was just coming off the back of that.
It was the next week, wasn't it?
The first one at the Sphere,
yep.
And he would have been rinsed from the whole weekend and then having to do my fight on the Wednesday. So like, if maybe if his attitude was a little bit swayed in another direction, it could have definitely been a contract for me, but I'm actually very happy about this, the way that this has gone, because it's unlocked a few things a few treasures I didn't know that lived inside my mind, and a few things for the future that we're going to take advantage of, boys.
Well, that's exciting because, as you said, you were 8-0 at the time. Yeah. Sometimes you don't lose, you don't unlock these little things that you might not know about yourself at the time. So maybe you look back on it in 20 years' time, you might be looking back and going, that was the moment.
Yeah. I'm thinking more like in the next year.
Well, hopefully. I'm thinking hopefully next year. But
he's got to the end of the career, look back. He's talking about present now, I reckon.
Wow, fine.
Mike?
Yeah, maybe.
But speaking of present now, there's obviously a huge UFC in Sydney, but then we're talking to the great man here who's fighting in Canggu, Bali.
This week, yeah.
Huge.
We're on a Saturday recording, but it's next Sunday, I think, the 22nd in Bali.
Atlas Super Club.
Canggu Fight Club.
The Atlas Super Club, isn't it?
Yeah. It looks good.
Do you know what's cool is they put me halfway through the card.
You get to enjoy yourself.
Bro, for so long I'll be the main event, and it sucks, bro, because you don't get to watch any fights. Don't get to have a beer with the boys. So as soon as your fight's over, the whole entire arena has to leave. So with like fights in New Zealand or even over Brisbane, I didn't get the chance to celebrate with my team.
What are you expecting from the conditions there? Because I went July this year. I went for a couple of runs. Hottest fucking joint ever. Like
filthy joint.
Been there a couple of times. It's not really conducive to athletic stuff, and especially being in a club. I don't know what their air conditioning's like, but are you ready? That's going to be. I reckon it'll be tough. It's going to be tough conditions. I would assume.
Relative to having to cook yourself in a sauna the day before, I'd have to do 15 minutes in the cage. Fuck, I'd do probably a couple hours in that sauna.
That's true. And it's called a super club too, Matthew. So hopefully their aircon's not the worst.
I think it's the second story that looks down over the cage.
And talking about saunas, bro, you are cutting down to flyweight. Is that for the first time?
Yeah. First time since I was 13.
Yeah. What's that going to equate to? More sauna time?
Less drinking sugary,
less piss cans?
Yeah. Just have to let off the beers, boys. Had to drink whiskey instead.
And what was without going too much into, your whole rationale behind it, what's just to get a fight, or what have you and your team identified something at that weight? Talk to us about, why, because you're obviously doing very good at the weight you were fighting in. What's made you do that?
Just a bit of urgency and like obviously the ratio of fighters per weight class. Flyweight seems to have a little bit more wiggle room with possibilities. So So I just want to see how the body goes, give it a test run, and cut down the flyweight, and then see if I'll tell you what, boys, it's going to be fun hitting smaller blokes the same, because I've been doing weights and stuff like my strength and conditioning coach. And I haven't lost any power, so this is going to be fun. Power to weight ratio went up.
Fucking oath. Dudes are going to hit the canvas pretty hard, I would have thought. Mate,
Can we get a market? Is there a market for his fight? Because, geez, I'd love to put some...
I'll have to check Dabble. If there's a market for the fight, I'm going KOs. Under 1.5 rounds.
Correct. We'll get the job done nice and early so I can start drinking that. I've never been to Bali, boys.
There you go. Wow. It's not the worst, mate. It's not the worst. Canggu's a nice part of the world.
Great part. My mother broke her femur off her hip
Snapped
on
a
that
femur.
same trip.
Yeah.
So just don't run in the streets. Just knock a bloke out and go and enjoy yourself.
That sounds like a plan. That sounds like what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, obviously you probably can't say too much. You might not have been even told anything. But like, say you go out there, spark this dude, put another highlight reel, toes a bloke up, like we hope you do. Mate, Sydney is around the corner. Is there any potential? I don't know if the card's fully booked. I don't know if there is any openings. As you said, flyweight, there are all opportunities. Could we see the man?
Yeah, we'll knock this one on the head, boys.
We don't want to look too far ahead.
Debuting in Sydney would absolutely be...
It would be good.
Oh, man, laying a right overhand on someone's face in Sydney, just going off. Oh, man.
And then having stubbies with us.
Yeah, we'll have cans ready.
Stubbies.
We'll be in the media room. We'll just hand you a can straight there. It'd be perfect.
Boys, say less. Hey, I want you to find me straight after the fight.
When we had you on the first time, and we you know, if you have to be under a rock, but your mentor's Dan Hooker, and he's had some really big highs and some lows, and now he's going through another patch of high. But what was his advice, or did he say anything to you after the fight on the Contender Series? Was anything that he gave you, or you just your skills, you know what you can do? But just interested because he's obviously he's gone on both sides. He's had
that smirk says he must obviously said something.
Yeah, I'd love to know what he said to you because I reckon he would have had an opinion.
This cat's a hooker, bro. He says the right thing, but in just his own way.
His own mad bastard way.
Yeah, it was like, oh, well, at least you fought like a Māori.
Wow. Spot on, mate.
It was like cracking up. It was like, bro, what was that? And I was like, yeah, come on, bro.
He's hilarious because when the Mac Life bloke had that bare knuckle fight and he was carrying on a bit and he went, well, I don't know if he's like,
you weren't that good.
He goes, you were like, you won, but I don't know if you were that good. So he's quite funny in his feedback the way he gives it. He's very honest. Like there's no fucking around with him, is there?
Yeah, there's no love in the hooker home, brother. If you want compliments, definitely not the right place to go. But no, that's kind of like how our relationship is, and obviously because I'm a bit hard-headed, I respond well to those kind of comments, and that's probably a better way to push me. If you give me a compliment, I'm more likely to just stop doing what you said I was good at. Yeah, I need to be told I'm a piece of shit, and then I'll work towards something more.
Next time we have him on, let's make sure we take out all the compliments.
No more compliments, no more.
You fucking lost that fight, no good.
Right.
Yeah, well, see, this is it. And we'll have a couple of beers after the fight. I've won, I think, six titles under Dan, and then obviously the Arsenal X fights. Never have I ever got a compliment for any of the wins that I had. Not one.
Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
You get a big head otherwise.
You got something to prove. You come. It's like drinking. It's like drinking before sparring. You know, if you eat salad all week and then you go to sparring, you're not going to try that hard because you're like, hey,
Cheeseburgers.
Right before sparring, and you woke up hungover. Now you have something to prove. Now you got to get done with.
Well, that probably ties into my next question because, like, mate, I don't reckon I've seen in our time doing the podcast more on Instagram, social media, right? You said you're very, very loved, but there's also these fucking tip rats just waiting for someone to fucking fall. I don't reckon I've seen in our time doing the pod on social media more people come onto our page and start talking shit, which was quite hilarious sometimes. Some of these comments these people would leave about a bloke like yourself going out there and having a war, these dudes would come out from under a rock and just start clipping you. I would say, like, oh, how do you deal with that? Does it piss you off? But obviously I reckon it actually does the opposite and you probably enjoy it, to be honest.
Yeah, send them in, boys. Send them in. Nothing like a good insult to get me straight to the gym. Hey, someone tells me that I'm shit at fighting or something like that. Like, I've been the underdog my whole life. It's like they don't even know that they're helping me, but it's really helpful. So if you're out there being a hater, yeah, just keep it coming. Turn it up a couple notches. I got a big fight coming up, so could use it.
Well, I can't remember. I brought it up though. There should be, when you write a comment, you should have to sign a disclaimer that if the person you're having a go at says come and step up, you should have to, because I reckon get rid of all that. Imagine like some fucking idiot fat prick that's having a go at him. He just picks him and goes, actually, you now have to be here.
It should just be yourself or Izzy or whoever. Someone talks shit. They can just rock up at your work one day and you're legally required. You have to fight them. No one would talk shit anymore.
It would stop it very quickly.
I was telling one of my nephews, I was like, I reckon they should bring back bullying. Like, not in a bad way, but, just...
I agree with a bit.
Like, how do you learn social skills and that not to say weird shit to people?
If you've got a really shit podcast, someone should tell you, hey, boys, wrap it up.
That's what that was his whole thing. He was telling us it's a shithouse podcast.
Wrap it up.
Bring back bullying so we can tell these idiots in Santa hats to fucking wrap it up.
I agree.
Hey, all I'm saying is it'll help people have better lives because then they'll actually do things that would help them out instead of just people letting them do shit that someone else wants them to do.
Some people do carry on just through their entire life not realising that they're just being a weird cunt.
Including us.
And I think it's sad that we don't explain it to them. Like, what? Or just tell them that it's just
Yeah, no one told me, bro.
Yes.
It's a couple of people. There's about 17 people on YouTube that like us.
Nah, she likes it, bro. Straight up, and then you can see the awkward look on her face.
Doesn't, bro.
Oh, nah, you're freaking her the fuck out, bro. Someone should have taught you these social skills.
Ridiculous.
But
It
it's
is
hot in
ridiculous.
these Santa hats, Mick.
Well, I reckon we'll cop some shit this week when we get some stuff on social media. I reckon they'll come out, these idiots. They'll be like, "Oh, here he is. He's fighting again, is he?" Like, it'll be fun to watch.
Oh, I hope they do. I hope they're not too busy living their own life and enjoying the sunshine.
There is someone I want to ask you about though. We're recording on a Saturday here. By the time the podcast comes out, it will have already happened. But your man, teammate of yours, Navajo Sterling, is fighting tomorrow morning, debuting in the UFC. Get around him, friend of the pod. They don't lose.
They don't lose.
So by the time this comes out, bro, it'll already have happened. So just tell everyone what must have already happened.
Yeah, this would be good.
On Sunday morning when Navajo got out there.
Changed directions a couple times. Long lead hand, heaps of work on it, and then catch him with an intercept. Guys can go to sleep. If not the first round, like a minute or so into the second.
Early second. Yep, I agree with that.
He looked good in the weight.
He just looks good all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got one of those sort of creator player on EA Sports physiques.
Got a physique.
In that Dana White Contender Series fight, because they had someone at the back who gave up.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Yeah.
It changed something in him. Like I've seen the difference, and he's definitely, yeah. He was, because he's still quite young. He's like 24.
He feels ready, doesn't he? Even at that age, to really come on this scene and make a big fucking burst.
Yeah. Now from that situation where that dude like gave up, he's found his like fucking his mana, bro. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy to see like him do it. You do it in style, and then just won't even be breathing heavy. Like just super calm, super focused. He's been training like crazy. He's definitely ready, bro.
Speaking of training, we saw some big influencers come to the gym and have a bit of a train. But the boys, we're 2025. We're thinking of getting over.
We'll get
over the ditch and
we'll get over there at some point.
Maybe recording some content, which I still think would be the biggest that they've had at the gym.
Yeah, we'll definitely be the biggest YouTubers that have ever been in the gym.
I thought he was quite good though. The way it was a bit of humour there.
I wanted to ask you about that bloke. iShowSpeed. I didn't know much about him until he rocked up at the CKB gym.
Yeah.
I figured out he's a very famous
Very famous. Not as famous as us, but quite famous.
How was that? He looked all right.
Yeah. He's he lives in a whole other world, bro. It's not
unbelievable world.
It's really kind of like, I don't know. I'm just judging it from the outside and what I value, but it's kind of he gets all of his stimulation from the chat,
telling him what to do and all that shit. Yeah.
He's like fully wired into that, and that's how he gets the stimulation in his imagination. So like, imagine turning that off at the end of the day. Like, you know how you get endorphins from comments on fucking Instagram. Like, imagine someone like thousands of people constantly giving you ideas and like giving you energy.
I had never watched him before the dance stuff, and then the next day he was in the Gold Coast. I thought, I'll just see what this prick does, and I watched it. I've never seen anything like it in my whole life. This dude, he was just in the Gold Coast, jumped out of his car. It was like Elvis Presley or Michael Jackson just returned to Earth, and it was just swarmed by 1 million people on the street. It was unbelievable.
And there was like this dude in the tree, like a fucking full-grown man, like a 40-year-old, like barking like a dog. Like,
yeah, they
crazy.
do that. It's weird.
It's a little bit sort of look yourself in the mirror though. If you were fully grown man following around another man, just to see him walking, I find that strange. Like climbing a tree just to see another man and bark like a dog. That's when you go home and have your shower and look yourself and brush your teeth. Geez, you'd be fucking horrible, wouldn't it?
That's how we got Volk on the pod.
Yeah, but that guy is probably the same guy that comments on when a fighter loses. I reckon the tree guy.
That's how we did it. No, I don't know anything about that world. It's
Did you
bizarre.
climb the tree for the Volk?
I wouldn't. No, I never climbed a tree for the vault. Well, I would though. I would.
I probably would too, actually. If the vault came on and said climb a tree, I'd probably climb a tree.
I'd climb a tree.
So I'll take back everything.
All the young fellas at the front, because they like, we got a gated complex at City. I was talking to the young fellas at the front, and I was like, bro, you fellas need girlfriends.
Yeah.
Where are your girlfriends? I was like, get girlfriends, boys.
But shout out to him for standing in front of Dan in a cage. Like, he didn't go, Dan obviously wasn't going too hard, but like, he gave him a few good solid whacks and he kept coming.
Oh, bro, he's got some heart, that kid. Like,
yeah, that's why I respected him a bit. I was like, actually, he's not a complete dickhead.
No,
like, he's actually, I don't mind what he's doing.
he held his energy. Like, he didn't fall because he got hit with some shots. He kept his thing. It didn't like, overtake him and his ego take over. He still maintained some kind of grace. It's like, I respect that, because your natural instinct when you get hit in those spots is just to go, fuck, and just nut out.
If it was mutual, it's good how that happens.
Like, he respected Dan enough. He landed like a shot on Dan's on Dan's glove, like towards his head, like, because the rest were missing. He just wanted to land one, like you know, make him feel it, and then he was like, yeah, that's it, we're done.
Speaking of heart, this man's got it, Mako Shark. We're excited to see what he's going to bring in Canggu, Bali. First time going to Bali too.
I'm excited to hear all about this trip, mate. Trip to Bali. It's very exciting, mate. I tell you what, for everyone at home listening, hasn't watched Tauzemup, just tell them right now, look down the barrel. What can they expect Sunday night when this man hits the fucking cage? He's coming back for vengeance, I would have thought.
Sunday night, Canggu, Bali. I'm going to lock that door and knock someone's head off. Apologize in advance, but there's no mercy this time. Old school Tauzemup's come back to get everything, and yeah, we're hungry.
We love old school Tauzemup, mate.
We love old
Tauzemup. New school Tauzemup 2025. But also, you're a bit shit, mate. You can't actually fight, so it's all good. Got to keep you on your toes.
That's it. That's all we need, boys.
Stick it right up us, mate. I'll tell you what, we've got to get some Tauzemup shirts coming for the new year. Can we get some shirts?
Can we get that?
Yeah, we're working on it. We're bad temper. One
Get them out.
of my sponsors, they're about to hook us up with a shirt. So I'm gonna sneak preview. I'm gonna try and get my moko printed onto the shirt.
There it is. That's money.
That's the shirt.
That's the shirt. Love
That's
it.
the man. That's the guest.
Appreciate you coming on, man. As always, a pleasure. We'll speak to you soon, I reckon. Good luck Sunday. We'll be watching.
Catch up.
Well, Mako Shark, we have done now for over 3.5 years. Always pumped up the most recent episode. I'm telling you, that was a great chat.
Great
Lethargically, a man making weight. Well, I don't know if we've ever done that before. Have we interviewed so close to a fight? Have we?
He's probably, what is he now? He's 7 days away from making weight, our man Tauzemup.
Closest.
Going down to featherweight, so an extra 10
We just
pounds.
held him for half an hour with the poor pass.
He was good. He was good. Yeah, look.
You know.
That was good.
I love him.
I
I
love
think
him.
he's actually going to do something really bad in Bali.
I'm excited to see what he does down at featherweight. Get that extra power, hydrate.
Could you imagine he goes down and then
What?
obviously rehydrates and gets full power?
I'm going to toes this fuck up, mate. This fuck. I don't even know who you are. I don't know your name. Don't know who you are, what you're
Who
doing.
is the fuck he's fighting?
I'm fuck. I actually don't know who he's fighting, Coggo, if you could get us out there. But
Soup cans.
some
Yeah.
is about to get
Oh
toes up.
God! You've just demonetized us on YouTube. We're making so much money, and you've just dropped the.
I think it's only in the first 2 minutes you can't say cunt, I think.
You've just said it twice. My mother's going to crash her car. Listen to you drop the C.
Sorry, Jude.
You did actually interrupt someone's weight cut before. Eugene, you stopped him from eating his KFC.
Oh, we did.
That's not a weight cut, it's a bulk.
we have a real history, don't we, with that, Jim?
It's all CKB, isn't it?
But seriously, I like
great chat. I love him.
The maturity, because as he said, 15 years he's been building to that moment.
Yeah,
That could really knock you off your perch, not getting what you thought was coming to
It's
you.
the first time he's lost too as a
Correct.
professional. So it can derail your whole mentality of being an undefeated fighter. But
Shows you the man he is, though.
very mature. Like
I think
he's
so.
pinpointed what he did wrong, why he thinks he went wrong, and it's true. We all just watch blokes on the TV screen sometimes and like, treat them like robots and just go in there and do what you're good at. But like, you know what, mate? There's a lot going through people's heads in these moments.
And as he said, it built up in his mind on what it was supposed to be and who he was supposed to be,
Doesn't
and he
always
didn't
work out that way.
perform what the day required him to be, which I think is a very good look. Because we know he's got the skill to beat that bloke.
Well, I'll tell you, it happened just to us in the interview. We asked some stupid question about a Santa hat, and he was a bit rattled, didn't know how to answer. I think maybe Coco edited it out, hopefully. But like, we've asked a stupid question, he hasn't really responded, and I panic.
No, I didn't
Imagine
panic.
being in a cage.
We just look at each other.
Fighting for your career.
I get it.
Like, doesn't always work out how you want it to
It's
work
good to
out.
see a bloke, though, understand that was just a moment and not everything of the year. So I really do fear for the soup can in Canggu, Bali.
Well, he's not a soup
And
can.
then
He's a dangerous man.
No, he's not a soup can. The soup can he's going to knock out.
Tauzemup only fights tougher quality opponents.
I just assume every bloke he's fighting is a
He's
can.
going to make him look like a soup can.
Correct. Ability-wise, right? And as you said, all these idiots jumping out and you think, go to his gym. It's not hard to find him. City Kickboxing, address, list
there,
him.
mate. You can
It's a
just find
public,
it.
go down.
Google Maps.
Go and ring the doorbell. Go in there and say, I could beat you. I guarantee you couldn't.
No.
You fat fuck.
Fucking,
They're always fat fucks.
Always fat fucks.
I wish we
Can you
could
say
say
fat fucks? Fuck.
Can you say fat fucks? Well,
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
we're not exactly on the Rock Johnson sort of regime here. Mako Shark, but it's generally the fat fucks that clip. You never really see like a big hunky fit guy going.
Normally dudes without profile pics, so you don't even know what they are, but they would
I
be fat
assume
fucks.
they're fat fucks.
Dickheads.
It's an interesting time that we're releasing this episode because we had a couple of guests fall through last week. Normally we do a post UFC pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's a bit different
That's
this
been
week.
and coming a bit very exciting news breaking next year 2 shows a month.
Breaking news, is that it?
Coco could do that, but
He
we're
won't.
going to do a no. He won't.
Good.
He wants equity in the show. That's why he's doing. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, there you
He
go.
wants equity in the show out there. Mako Shark. We're going to have a preview show.
Yes.
Right?
Isn't
And then
it?
2 weeks
Oh,
later,
yeah,
we're going to have 2 shows next year. 2 shows a month.
monthly, fortnightly pod studio,
2 shows.
potentially. Yes.
No.
Coco says, no, you're not.
Do people want equity in
No,
the
look,
show?
2025 is going to be a big year, Matthew.
Big year. Yes.
Hasn't finished 2024
Hasn't.
yet. We're going to
Can I do a live bet?
Well, we've got one event left. This is the interesting part about it because it's Saturday as we record.
Yes.
By the time this comes out, it'll be Monday, I think, if we can get it by Monday, Coco. The event will have happened, right?
Yes.
So it's old news. But for us, hasn't happened yet. So we're going to just talk about it quickly, the main event. You've got Dabble, the greatest punting agency
open.
in Australia, in the world. The
Open.
best app. Gamble responsibly. We love Dabble. They are the best in the business. But we're going to put a bet live on air and we're going to win all sorts of cash. And we're going to look back on it now, once the pod's released. We're either going to look like geniuses or complete fuckwits.
So we're going to go Navajo into what my bet is, just because friends of the pod don't lose, or we're going to leave them $1.10 out
What's he
just in
paying?
case.
Navajo's paying
$1.10.
$1.10. Friends of the pod don't lose.
No.
What does that juicy our bet up though? Because you're going to go what? The whole kit and caboodle on Colby Chaos, you reckon?
Chaos is $3.30. If I put Navajo and him together, it's $3.63.
We even bother.
No, it's not worth.
We'll do a separate bet with
Separate,
Navajo, I reckon, because it's
okay.
probably not worth it. What are we paying?
$4.95.
Good.
You ready for me to place it?
We ready to go?
Can I tell you why I think though too?
Yeah,
Can
you
I
got to tell the listeners
Yeah.
why, because I don't like Colby
No,
Covington.
I don't either. Hate
I
him.
think he's a fuckwit.
Stutters.
Oh,
He
he's
acts.
the worst.
It's like, why was he clipping LeBron James the other day? Just shut the fuck
I'm going
up.
to take you to the seventh layer of
and
hair.
He called LeBron James the worst human being on the earth, and I actually freaked. I'm
He
like,
does it because he trolls to the MAGA. He
can
wants
I,
to
but no, but
appeal
he's
to the
not
MAGA
the
people.
worst human being on the earth.
Well, you know,
Even if you don't like him, Jesus Christ, is the way worse bunch of.
he's trying to put him in Diddy parties.
But no,
and
but
he's
he,
Diddying him.
but he stutters, and then you can see his brain doesn't catch it, and he doesn't actually know what he's going, and then he just says stuff.
He's not good at talking.
He's actually the worst at talking.
Seventh layer of hair, Matthew, is what he went with.
Well, he hasn't got a good head of hair. I'm a bald man, Mako Shark, right? I can comment. Colby Covington
Hat back on.
has got one of the worst heads of hair of a bloke that claims other men don't have hair that I've ever seen. It's the classic, like, bloke with a 3-inch cock going, hey, why don't you get a few more inches?
Clipping
to
cocks.
You can't clip
clipper.
cock.
Colby
Can't-
cock clipper Covington.
You can't
That him?
clip cock. You can't clip cock.
Do you reckon he's a cock clipper?
It'd be a huge cock clipper.
You've just Colby'd yourself, mate.
I have.
Stumbled
See,
everywhere.
I've stumbled everywhere like he would.
He'd have a 3-inch, I reckon.
No, I was going to say sub 5 every day of the
Yeah,
week.
every day of the week.
Every day of the week, sub 5.
Coco, how do you reckon? Sub 5?
Sub 5.
I reckon sub 4.
This podcast deals in
Post 9.
post 5.
What's the comparison? Him v. Buckley
Oh, wow, and a cock off.
in a
wow.
cock off.
Buckley's
If we're
got him,
betting on
surely.
cocks, I'm betting on Buckley.
Has Dabble got a market for the cocks?
Dabble needs to have a sidebar
Cock market.
for cock market.
I reckon Buckley's winning the cock off.
What's the line bet? on
Over
that?
under
6.5.
8.5 over under, I reckon. For Buckley.
Cock off. What a great line that would be.
We've got to start. We've got to implement it. In 2025 with Dabble.
Buckley's got him in the cock stakes.
Yeah, definitely.
Cock's play.
Got him in the
Got him.
pec state. Isn't the size of this man?
Yeah.
Buckley's a brick shithouse.
But
I don't like him though. He's a bit of a dickhead too.
sub 5, Got porn star. He's got porn star cock, but he's got porn star cardio.
Cardio, that's what they say, yeah.
And I don't know if you can tell me where Buckley's been taken into deep waters.
This is why, the odds are a bit out of whack.
I think this is a gift. Pre-Christmas gift, a little gift.
I don't think Buckley's proven to be like championship mentality or level. Whereas obviously Colby
And look, I'd love to be surprised.
loses all his title fights, but he's pretty good. Like he pushed Kamaru all the way.
Jaw broke.
I don't know. I don't think Buckley's ever fought anyone of that caliber. It's just now the odds makers. What is he a bit old? He's had a bit of time off. He looked a bit shit against Leon Edwards. Maybe. I think at $3.20 or $30, whatever it is,
$3.30
it does seem. Even though I hate the prick, I think it's pretty good value.
Well, I mean, if he's going to win, I'd like to make money off it.
Have you put it on yet?
I'm ready to go.
It's already happened by the time people are watching this, so we're just waffling about a fight that's happened.
Oh
boy, he's just absolutely steamrolled like a George Masvidal. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens, mate. Well, now we've got the big squid on the line. I'll be even more interested to see what happens.
Well, Mako Shark, I tell you, we've got the big squid, but he hasn't got the big cock. So let's move on. Now, we got some awards.
Got some awards, Matthew.
It's a funny time to be podcasting, as you said. It's no man's land. We can't talk about the pre, we can't talk about the post. But what we can talk about
What's happened?
is a year in review.
We'll do a bit
We've
of
talked
a-
about off the top. It's been a year in this studio,
Yes.
plus 42% followers.
Plus, the Spotify Wrapped.
Not sure if that's Coco or us, but we'll say it's Coco for everyone listening. Get around him.
I think it was
Hit him up. Roll on.
It was
Roll
all
on
of us. It was
media.
a team effort.
Media. He's knocked down the door next door. He's got a whole nother.
Another whole studio.
So get onto him.
Get on to him.
Good fella.
Good fella.
Doesn't like us, but likes our pod enough. Now, talk me through this, though.
Well, it's been a big year, Matthew.
Fook Awards.
We'll go through it. Every man and his dog puts out awards throughout
We
the
had a
year.
great award season last year,
We had
though.
a nice award season last year, but we thought we'd just do a couple of cheeky ones. You know, we try and pump up a few friends of the pod where we can, but we're not just handing out awards, though.
We don't hand them out.
They've got to earn their stripes on this podcast.
Well, fuck, you don't get a hand-me-out.
You never get a hand out on who the fuck are these guys. So I thought
Jesus.
we'll start slow. First one.
Okay, where do you want to start?
I think fight of the year is where we're going to start, Matthew. Fight of the
Bit
year.
sort of, bits of straight bat stuff.
Straight bat. Fight of the
Gabba,
year.
by the way, can't have a test match because
Yeah, what's the cricket
fucking
doing?
Brisbane, they'll get washed out. But we can straight bat these awards. Tell me about the fight of the year.
Fight of the year.
Nominees are?
No, we're not going to do nominees. We're not going to do nominees. There's not
Tried
enough
to
room on here to do nominees.
I tried to catch you there.
No.
That was good, wasn't it?
No nominees.
Okay.
But I'm going to open up. I don't even know the answer to this yet, mate. I don't even know the answer. But the
What are we
fight of the
doing?
year, Matthew.
What we got?
Tell you what, fight of the year 2024, none other than friend of the pod, our man, the Weber Barbecue, Matthew, Harry Webb,
The Web.
the big fella, the big Spud Webb, up against Kevin Cophamel
Cockhamel.
over in
Did you
Perth.
say Cockhamel?
Cockhamel.
Oh, Cockhamel.
Cockhamel.
Fuck.
Hard to say. Doesn't really matter. Fight of the year. Over in Perth.
We watched
Eternal. Night before the UFC. We were there. We were there. I was trying to watch the footy on my phone, but I could not tear my eyes away from this fight. It was an absolute slobber knocker, Matthew.
Slobber.
You were there.
I was there. I was drinking cans.
Unbelievable fight.
We're getting questioned how we can drink cans.
We drink cans because we drink the cans, mate. We do the fucking on this
We
podcast.
do the fucking, we do the reporting. If we want to sit there and watch a fight,
Hell of a fight. It was actually not just
like
fight of
at
the
a
year.
concrete head.
Probably best fight in Australian MMA history, these two blokes.
No, that
Went to
was.
war.
No, that was.
Literally went to war. You got to read. If you haven't watched it at home, you must get on there.
It's easily,
on Fight Pass.
yeah.
Jump on. Harry Webb, Big Kev. Hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. Friend of the pods don't lose. That's probably why Harry got the nod.
Broke his jaw.
Broke his jaw in the fight. Fucked something else up. Had a hell of a weight cut. Had a fight. The opponent dropped out like 2 days beforehand.
That's right.
Big
That's
Kev,
this got big.
big crazy Kev just jumped in late. It was just a
Where did they
fucking-
get this guy from?
Well, he was fighting. I think he had another fight and they just plugged him in.
Well, they got him from the concrete factory in his head.
He's young as shit too, that bloke. So, yeah, young as shit. Young as shit.
That fight
Great
would have
fight.
aged him.
There was no other options for fight of the year, I didn't think,
What's he
to be
getting?
honest.
Bataki?
We'll send him out a little plaque, I think, in the
Bataki?
mail. A
You
big
get
check.
Bataki?
You get a Bataki ham. But no, shout him out. Harry, Cocko, did you ever see that fight? Harry Webb, Kevin Cophamel?
Coco wouldn't. He's a downhill skiing fan.
No, I haven't, but I will now on Fight
You must
Pass.
watch it. You
Coco
must
likes
watch
just
it.
to watch John Jones and those
It was
types.
an absolute, you needed to get Jim Ross on commentary, a bit of slobber knocker sort of, the bug-o sort of stuff.
Oh, there's some by guys.
Bug-o.
So we'll get the Bataki to him.
We'll send a Bataki out for him.
Do you reckon
100%.
Bataki ever sells anything other than a radio or podcast giveaway?
Christmas hams. Yeah, I don't know.
You've talked about your Christmas hams. Told Coco about your hatred of ham.
I don't like just like slabs of ham. I don't know. I think it's shit. Christmas ham, like they just.
Where do you sit on the Christmas feed, Coco? You like cold ham?
Love it. Honey ham, nice little coleslaw.
Oh,
Little Christmas pud.
Ah, gee whiz.
How about the cock?
Trash.
Cocko's probably got a
to
big
yours for
Christmas
Christmas.
guy, I reckon. What else we got on the awards?
Do you want to read the next one? Fighter of the year.
You go.
Oh,
You
I got the awards.
You got it there in your hand. It'd be awkward just to pass it over. Especially, you know.
I don't even know the answer yet. I don't know who won it.
Is it a Volk?
Yes, Volk's an option.
Wow. He's our fighter of the year.
Fighter of the year, I'm going to read it.
It's fan voted, though.
Fan voted, Fighter of the year, friend of the pod.
Ilia Topuria.
It was almost going to be him too. I'm going to talk about him because he's a fuckhead.
No, fuck him. You did say it was him on the pod a couple of weeks ago. I went
well, I've
Pereira.
changed my tune.
Yeah,
mate.
I know,
I've changed my tune, and the answer is Alex Poatan Pereira, friend of the pod.
Nah, fuck the little bloke.
Fuck off, Ilia Topuria, you Spanish Georgian fuckwit. I've had enough of your crap, mate. Hey, look, I respected you after what you did to Max. I thought, no, bygones be bygones.
I don't
You're all right.
respect him.
All of a sudden, this fucking idiot comes out during the week and talks
boy.
more fucking garbage. I'm going to fucking move up to lightweight. You've seen the last
whiz.
of me at featherweight. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I want to fight all of it. And then all of a sudden, he comes out the next day and says, oh, no, I'm not vacating. Mate, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Just shit or get off the pot. Is that what they say? Shit or get off the pot, Ilia Topuria. Fuck off. Don't keep our man, our king, Alex fucking Volkanovski waiting. Either book a fight or fuck off. But we have gotten off the beaten path.
Yeah.
It is Fighter of the Year. It's Alex Poatan Pereira, friend of the pod, two of the greatest live shows Australia's ever seen earlier this year in June. The man went out there, saved the UFC, put the company on his back for most of the year, Matthew. 3 huge knockouts. Yuri kicked his fucking straight off his head.
Let's speak about Yuri, by the way. We hope he kicks
Oh, mate, we'll get into Yuri.
Yeah.
But,
a
knocked
crap
out Yuri.
goatee off a man's face. Yes.
Hate that fuck. He then went out there and smashed someone.
How good's hate that fuck?
Oh, yeah, that fuck.
You've been a bit sweary tonight.
Fuck him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's who he did. He knocked out Jamal Hill,
Yeah.
the world's most delusional fucking...
One of the world's worst growthed goatees I've ever seen.
This fucking... Who's this? Who am I?
Oh, we used to do it, remember?
Who am I? Fucking Jamal Hill because I'm a dickhead.
I feel like Eric Banner could play him from full frontal. Eric Banner could... I just
Well, he
feel...
probably could have in the 90s. He can't do it anymore, though.
No, correct. But you know what I mean? He could easily capture his mannerisms and do better at Jamal Hill.
Jamal Hill walking up to Alex in the EI last week, coming up like, hey, not on Twitter anymore. What the fuck does that mean?
Pereira doing this one? You know, he always just like, he just got him.
Just like throw gloves at him.
He just threw gloves at his head and went,
It's like talking to a bloke that knocked you spark out, right? And then acting tough like we're not on Twitter anymore, like you're talking to some Twitter hater.
What about at UFC 300? Can I get my sweater signed?
Can I get my
Can I get my
sweater
sweater
signed,
signed? Remember that
They
crap
just-
yellow
yeah.
job? Hey,
Walking
can I
around
get
like a little fucking pussy.
Can I get my sweater signed? Like, so you've gone from sweater sign to throwing gloves at a bloke's head.
Keep that same energy.
Yeah, fuck off, idiot. And you're not going to get past Yuri. Yuri's going to knock his fucking head off, I reckon.
You'll Prashak him.
You'll Prashak him.
Nah, but fuck.
It'll be the Prashako tank.
I can't stand Jamal Hill, mate. And he gets on his little fucking shit
he got
podcast
CTE?
immediately and he starts yapping away.
But who are these idiots that are giving him fodder? People are giving him fodder.
Mate, he has lost any supporter he ever had, I reckon.
No, but he gets good views.
People hate view him.
Ah,
I think it's the hate view. We
Well,
don't get
people
enough
hate
hate
view
views.
us.
We don't get enough hate views.
We get so much love views. Love views is not what you want.
We get a little bit of love views and not enough hate views. That's the problem.
Fuck, we're going to go out and offend someone.
Hate all you fuckwits. No, I don't. I love everyone. I don't want hate views. There's no money in hate views.
There's money in hate views. Ask Coco. That's why he keeps asking to invest.
Probably right there. But Jamal Hill, well, we're actually not even supposed to be talking about him, but he stinks.
No, fuck him.
He stinks so hard.
Fighter of the year,
Fighter of the
Pereira.
year. He knocked
Tell
him
me
out.
why, though.
All right, because he knocked 3 blokes. He stopped 3 blokes. Main
Yep.
evented 3 pay-per-views. Defended his belt 3 times in like a space of only like 4 months or
Correct.
something silly. Whatever it was.
Broken Tootsies.
Broken Tootsies in Australia doing a million zillion
what
appearances.
About the 2 best things he did for the year with
two
the 2
best
live
live
shows
shows.
with Australia's Top Pod.
That was fantastic.
Flew back within 2 weeks.
He literally accepted that fight when he was here in Australia. And people were messaging like the page going, any chance it could be Alex going to step in to replace Connor?
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, there's no way. Like, he can't. He's in Australia right now, like doing 800 appearances every single day.
Mm-hmm.
He can't just fight in like 11 days' time.
No.
And he fucking did.
Well, he did, and he won.
Yeah, he knocked the bloke out.
What else we got?
And then he went and fought Khalil Roundtree and knocked him, smashed him up.
Face
Khalil Roundtree, face off.
off.
There you go.
That was
face
great.
off award.
I thought that was
right.
good.
It wasn't bad. We've got one more award, I think. Well, a couple more, but
Couple more.
One real good one I've actually been waiting to get to this year.
Well, this one to me this is one of the hardest ones
This
to
was
win.
hard. It was a big, strong field. We didn't quite know who to give the award to on this one. It
Strongest field maker show. This is actually
was a strong field.
talk about winning champ. You do all that, triple champ, all the champs, champ. I think this is one of the most coveted
This is
awards.
a prestigious award, this one.
Prestige.
This was heavily contested.
You're going to do like what do they call it when we do the post and Rocco says it, the kaleidoscope where you have all the pictures?
Is it
a kaleidoscope?
Carousel.
Oh, carousel. I thought it was a kaleidoscope post.
Well, if we do enough crisp stuff, we'll be able to reel it up and we'll be able to get it on the
Are we going
internet.
to put all the awards? Because this one I think almost should be first.
We'll do separate posts. The awards.
Because last year we did one post, the awards.
We'll separate it. But
Some
I
people
reckon
actually took it serious.
this is the biggest award, the hardest fought contested award of the year. This is the best YouTube cooking show, Matthew.
Fuck me.
This is a highly contested award. But I
highly
tell you what,
contested.
we got one winner.
You got that chili show? They do the chilies?
Yes.
The guy they eat chilies and they all go, I can eat chilies, and then they can't. And they all scoff out and they're
Don't know that show.
Yeah, you do. The chili show where the guy's eating chilies with guests, like Post
You mean
Malone.
you mean like hot
Hot
wings?
wings.
It's not
Yeah.
chilies. They're eating chicken wings, mate.
Oh, well, they're chili wings.
Yes, hot wings.
But that doesn't win though.
You say hot wings. Hot ones was part of the contenders.
That's what I'm saying. That
Yes.
doesn't win.
That didn't win. There's only one winner.
And you got that other bloke, the big sort of he moves around. That your man, Phil.
It's not a YouTube cooking show. It's a Netflix travel show.
I'm sure he's got a YouTube channel.
We love Somebody Feed Phil.
Phil doesn't win.
We'll get him on, but he didn't win this award, mate. Only one man won this award. It is the best YouTube cooking show, and the award winner goes to
Oh God.
Cooking with Volk, Matthew.
Hey!
Cooking with Volk.
The Volk.
Congratulations.
He wins it.
Hell of an award to win. It was a hotly contested award.
Hotly contested.
But I'll tell you what, if you want to watch a man cook chicken wings, Matthew, cook steaks, cook fucking shrimp on the barbie, you want to see some chili noodles he just ran with during the week.
Saw the chili noodles.
Who's better than Cooking with Volk?
I'll say the range of this man.
The range.
The range is
He's
unbelievable.
cooking everything. He's out in the garden getting eggs, mate. Is it the double yolk?
Oh, I saw the yolk.
Fuck me, the double yolk.
You yoke your jocks off.
You yoke your dicks off. Alex Yokanovsky. Tell you what, congratulations. Cooking with Volk.
That's pretty good, actually. That wasn't pre-written.
That's off the dome. But I tell you what,
Yokanovsky is very good.
that's the best award you'll fucking win all year. The Who the Fuck Best YouTube Cooking Award Show. That is huge. I've been watching it all year. Coco, you been watching it?
Yeah, don't miss it.
It's incredible.
Was that all the awards?
I think you might have one more.
Oh,
This
yes.
is your award. You go with it. It's on there.
The winner of this one. So now, look, we're not journalists, Mako Shark. These are the awards, but sometimes the fighters get the chance to ask back.
Sometimes they do.
Very rarely. I tell you, the award. This was a big one. The rogue question from a fighter back to a reporter.
Who won this?
We're not journalists.
There's been a few.
We've had some pretty questionable things asked of us, but I tell you, Mako Shark, there was one that stood out for me, which, again, if this
It
was in...
this year. It wasn't last year, was it?
No, it was this year.
Early this year? Hope it was.
Well, it was
doesn't
last
matter.
year.
It was last
It
18
was
months.
last year. In the last 3 years.
Ever. Yeah, in history.
This is actually it. This is a life award.
The most rogue question
A
ever asked.
lifetime achievement award for the roguest question
Roguest.
ever asked.
In history.
Asked. What's that from?
I don't know.
Lionel Woodley.
Asked.
I never asked.
Okay.
You too.
Yep.
Mako Shark.
Rogue.
It is rogue as shit. Joe Rogue.
Yep.
Josh.
Yep.
Mako Shark, if this was any other sport in the world,
Oh, you
LeBron
don't.
James asked this question.
If
Have
this
any
was
sort of ESPN
fucking
or-
old mate cricket, Don't Blush Baby, that guy. If he
That
said
guy,
this, he
Don't
would have
Blush
been.
Baby.
What's his name again?
Not
Charles.
Carl Hooper.
Carl Hooper, Keith Atherton,
No, not
Phil
Keith
Simmons,
Atherton,
Rich
not
Richardson,
Brian Lara.
Gus Logie. No, not Gus Logie. Kepler Vest. No,
The left-hander hits it.
What's his name? Fucking
Cocker.
Shivnarine Shanapur.
Not Shivnarine. He's Sri Lankan.
He's West Indian, mate.
West Indian. Chris Gale.
Christopher Gale.
Don't blush, baby.
Desmond
She's
Haynes.
like, I'm not blushing.
Joel Garner.
No, Joel Gale.
Yeah, if he had said this, the Don't Blush Baby guy, he'd be in jail right now.
Anyway, we ramble on. This award, if you get a feel and a touch and a tone for it.
People know what it is by this point.
Thomas Aspinall, Mako Shark.
Tommy Aspinall.
Not Tommy, Thomas in this, because if I was his parents, I would say Thomas Aspinall.
Aspinall, you get here right
Get
now.
here now.
Apologise to that young lady.
Because
I pretend I'm Nina Drama.
I want to ask you a question.
Hello.
Ever been fingered by an MMA fighter? said, have you ever been fingered?
I can't even respond to that.
Can I say capital F, fingered?
Fingered is
by
a dirty word.
Fingered should be on the ban list of words. Fingered's disgusting.
Get it out of the dictionary.
Like cracker moisty. Both should be, cracker moisty and fingered should be absolutely.
What if you combine those two terms into one?
And I didn't even open it. That's how much I knew that he was.
You knew we won it.
It's not opening
You
yet.
didn't even need to open it.
That's why you didn't give me all the awards. Have you ever been fingered by an MMA fighter?
You never explained why you actually said it.
And you just went, hoo hoo. But
And
what?
she had to go. She had to put up with it. She should have actually complained. I reckon.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Her husband's the guy behind the camera.
He would have just stood
He
there.
must
and
have
just
flipped. That also puts you in a bad position because Tommy Aspinall's a demon.
I'd say Thomas. Oi,
You can't
pull
go,
up,
hey,
mate.
Thomas, pull up because he just beat the shit out of you. That's one of those.
We're going to get him on, I think, at some point and ask him how he even thought he could ask that question.
Did he get mugged? Did he lose a bet with his mates? English? They're quite laddie.
What?
I will say that does win one of the worst questions ever asked, ever.
Hell of a question.
I didn't like it. I'll be honest with you.
It's funny in that. You laugh, you go, wow, that's funny, but it's like not actually funny. Like, what are you doing?
No, it's terrible.
You can't have that. That can't be the new base, can it?
That's
Like,
the base.
you ever sucked off an MMA
People
fighter?
argue
You ever done?
and go, she gets, but she's never once ever put someone in an awkward position like that.
It puts her in a, like, she has to put up with it and like, ha, ha, ha.
And she shouldn't have to put up with it.
Shouldn't have to, but it got views and that's probably
What a
what she
talent,
cares
though.
about, though.
Unless she put him up to it. That's, if you tell me that,
Yeah, maybe she's in
she
on
went,
it.
maybe do this will be funny.
This will get views. Viral.
But if it didn't and it wasn't,
I'm going to
then
ask you to ask me something crook later on. We'll get viral.
what do you want me to ask you?
We'll come up with something.
Okay.
Something bumble
Mako
related.
Shark. I tell you what, last night, friend of the pod versus sponsor of the pod endorsed future friend of the pod, No Limit, Friday Night Boxing.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to me about this because we have a friend of the pod who we love dearly. Friend of the pod.
Oh,
fighting.
yes.
Versus we're sponsored by, as you can see,
Engage family.
Coco's got,
Fook 10.
he's dripping out there, Coco, and Engage stuff.
Oh, mate. We deck everyone out. Fook 10. Everyone I know.
Fook
Christmas
10.
time. I tell you what, no one in my family hasn't used the code Fook 10. Engage. At Christmas.
Everyone at work. We had a silly Santa the other day. Every
Fook 10.
gift, it was great.
Fook 10.
It's one of those fuck around ones where you put the shit one and the good one, but
Bang, bang,
everyone
bang,
was
bang.
an Engaged shirt.
Fook 10, Fook
Can't
10,
lose.
Fook 10, can't lose.
Fook 10, Fook 10, Fook 10. Mako Shark.
So it was
We were in a hard place last night because
Jazzy
Jazzy Parr, future friend of the pod,
Shotgun Shannon O'Neill.
and
O'Connell,
now
sorry, not
we're
O'Neill.
endorsed. You know, we got these endorsement deals, and we're sharing. You know, so we have to ride with the money's at. But then we also friends of the pod don't lose, and friends of the pod didn't lose.
I feel like the judges might have taken that a little bit too literally.
Were you on the judges? Was that you? The 80,
They
the
obviously-
80 to 72. That was a Mako Shark.
Oh, man. Anyone that
riddle.
watched it, O'Connell versus Parr. Hell of a fight. I think people should be talking about how good. That's the problem with boxing.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about the decision instead of talking about how good the fight was. It was
Fantastic
a
fight.
great female boxing fight.
One of the best I've seen, but
One of the best.
there's been a few actually.
a few.
Yeah.
But everyone should be saying, wow, what a great war. Two chicks just went at it. Two tough women went in there and just hell for leather,
Also
throwing
weird that
bombs.
One was 20 years younger.
41
20.
versus a 21. It's the old passing of the baton.
It's like when I go and ruck against a young bloke. Generally, I'm rucking against blokes 20 years younger than me. It's
Like
very
when we
odd.
get most guests on this podcast. Like, but
Yes.
no one's talking about how good the fight was because the scorecards was fucking whack.
Whack.
Oh, whack jobs.
Whack jobs.
One bloke, Ian Batty is his name. I
Ian
looked him
Batty.
up, some old codger.
Oh, yeah.
Got white hair, looks like a bit of a fucking dweeb. 80 to 72, he scored it for shotgun. Friend of the pod, God bless her, but she didn't win every round. I'm sorry.
No, she didn't.
She just didn't.
Essentially won the fight.
Hey, look, close
Potentially, I'd
fight.
say.
Could have maybe gone either way. I
It's a classic coin toss.
thought Jazzy was winning the fight, but
Look, I test, I thought she was.
I thought I'd say she won it.
I had a few VBs though too. And
80-72 is one of the most egregious scorecards in any combat sport event ever.
it's a classic egregious.
It's egregious.
Egregious.
Fucko, if you haven't watched it, watch it. You tell me your scorecard. 80-72 is just criminal. That should be investigated. Sorry.
No, it should be. But it is what it is.
Is what it is.
Got a bit more fucking gas in the tank. The shotgun. Everyone's writing
mate,
her
she's
off.
tough as fuck. Don't
She's
worry
one of
about
the
that.
toughest.
Jazzy 21 though, like a real
Yeah.
pocket rocket sort of stuff. I reckon
Friend of
that's
the
the term.
pod, her father. Friend of the pod.
One of the all-time greats, John Wayne Parr, friend of the pod. I messaged him on the pod. I said, "Bad luck, brother. Your girl was a bit stiff there," and yeah, he replied back like, "He's salt of the earth. The whole family, salt of the earth.
Salted.
Love the Parr family."
Staying on the same vein, Mako Shark, one of the men that was on there, an analyst last night, pumping up his Christmas Eve stoush. That's been postponed.
Oh, wow.
Boxing is just
Sammy Goodman. What happened there?
Got the fucking spar cut.
Sammy Badman.
What's with the spar cut?
Hey, last spar before he flies out to fucking Japan and gets cut above the eye and bang, fights off. I just read that before we jumped on that it's been rescheduled for
It's okay.
January 24.
That's better viewing.
At least he hasn't lost the chance because it felt like, that's going to be it.
Yes.
Anyway, he'll
Often
just
happens.
move on. The monster will move on.
The monster.
You'll get cast aside. But
A lot of
reschedule.
boxing, doesn't it, the move on?
Boxing loves the move on.
Hang around.
Tell you what's coming up, though. Pod's gone long.
Hasn't really, but
Huge fight coming up this Sunday. Only
Godfather.
fight, no UFC for the next month, so that's out. Huge fight. Probably the best rematch of the year in boxing.
my man, my best friend.
Our man. Your man especially. Best mate.
Our man, actually. Sorry, I
Friend
shouldn't
of the
have cut
pod.
you out of that. That was good. I didn't
Oh,
want
I've
food,
met
will
him.
you?
I haven't hugged him, but I've had a photo and I've had a...
And he went, where are we going,
I've had
boys?
a good man.
Remember where we're going, boy? We're going where you are. And he went, oh, well, yeah.
Rule Britannia.
But I'll show you that man. I sent you that man doing his impersonation. Will that get us cancelled?
No, you can do that.
It's interesting that people have been asking me that in all these interviews. I've told them I don't need to change nothing.
Nothing.
All I've got to do is maybe
That's
be
good.
a bit less complacent.
Wait for it.
That's all I've got to do.
That's
Other
good.
than that, I've got to go in, be on my front foot, have a little bit of a rumble and tumble and knock a motherfucker out. Because at the end of the day, if you watch it back, he only won by a razor-thin judgment. And if
He's
you
got
can't
a
do
good
that
fury
again,
on him.
As long as I don't get knocked
He snort.
out,
Wait for his
I'm gonna
snort.
knock him out. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Bang. Yeah,
Jack
that's
snort.
a good
Jack
impression.
snort's huge.
Gets the little the
It
nuances.
was a rumble and a tumble.
He has good nuances there of Fury. So it's
Okay.
Fury Usyk 2, Matthew.
And was winning the fight until he did that little do-si-do thing he did where
You
he
know what
got
I reckon?
comfortable
Yeah,
and
a
he
lot
did
of-
a stupid little
Yeah.
pillow fist.
A
And
lot of people think it was some one-sided beatdown.
No.
Usyk, he stopped. He didn't stop him though, did he? But it was a
No.
decision. But
he hit him with his best punch he could ever hit him and couldn't stop him.
people forget, I reckon, that actually the first 5 rounds, I think
No,
Fury
Fury
was
was winning
starting
the
to
fight.
really jink and jive and was almost getting a little bit cocky.
That's when he did that
Which-
crap little
yeah.
thing and then he just got
He was
Usyk went
outboxing him because he's so fucking big.
monstrous.
He got a little bit ahead of himself, is what I believe.
Yes, I agree.
And he paid the price. And he
did.
got bopped, and you can't recover
but you
sometimes.
still didn't stop him.
He did.
Hit him with one of the most unbelievable
How's this is what I'll say.
boxing
The
allows different.
inconsistencies of boxing, where they've let Tyson Fury just
Talk
go
about the main event last night.
yes,
One knee.
pinballing around the ring, getting bopped to
eyes
death.
gone. Yep.
Oh, let him fight. Last night,
Yeah.
the
friend
fucking
of the
Brock
pod.
Jarvis versus old mate, Rowdy Beck's bloke.
Mhm.
He got a body punch, and you could see he went, I'm actually a bit hurt here.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a knee just so I can get a fucking standing 8
So I
count
don't
here.
get another shot to the
Just
head.
so I don't get dropped. He literally went, I'll just take a knee. And the
Yeah.
fucking ref just flew in and said, that's it.
Yeah.
The fuck?
It was odd. Boxing's
That
odd.
wasn't a stoppage in my eyes. He
No.
even said, what the fuck are you doing?
He's a pretty tough guy.
You're allowed to take a knee, aren't you? Like,
No,
get your
take a
breath
knee,
back.
get your breath back. You
That's
get
what he
10.
did. And he went, no, fight's off.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, it's a strange sport.
Kind of a
You
sport.
got a tank?
Well, that's a tank right there.
Oh, that was a tank, was
Well,
it?
that's not, but like,
Have you got one?
look, I was going to pot something. I don't know if we go into it too much, but I hate, so yeah, all right, we'll do a tank.
We haven't tanked in a long time.
It's, yeah, all right.
Tank,
I got one.
tank for Mako Shark. And then we'll finish the pod.
All right, well, it's probably a bit cliche, but I think everyone will agree with me when I'm going to tank this, mate. I don't like them. I think they should stop.
What's this?
I think people should just stop doing it because it's
Okay.
stupid
Uh-oh.
and it's shit and no one likes it. No one gives a fuck
Oh, boy.
about your baby gender reveal, Matthew.
Oh.
No one cares about a gender reveal. I don't give a fuck if you're having a boy or a girl. I want you to have a kid that's healthy and you have a nice little baby
Should
and
be a
everyone's
healthy
happy.
reveal.
I don't want you to get your whole family and all your
No,
friends
yeah.
around. You bake some stupid cake and we all cut it, or you fucking
Have you ever been to one?
get a balloon in the air and we pop a balloon, or some fuckhead I saw got arrested because he was in his VL Calais doing burnouts and the blue smoke come out. No one gives a fuck about your bogan bullshit,
I've been
mate.
to one.
No, I
Our
haven't.
mates don't do it.
Thank Christ no one I know is
Have you been
tacky
to one,
enough.
Cocko? You blokes getting pregnant at your age? Or?
If someone invited me to one, they're not my friend.
Yeah, gender, and they keep getting more increasingly stupid and
Yeah.
tacky and dumb and ostentatious and egregious, as I say again.
Egregious.
They're no good,
It's a
Matthew.
little bit
It's bullshit. It's look at me
short
sort of stuff.
There's a lot of people out there that have trouble having a baby. So the fact that you're out there
I know.
celebrating having
And everyone like points the camera at the dad if it's a girl. Like, look,
even the Volk, they point out the Volk.
I wanted to pause. There's only one man that's allowed to have a fucking gender reveal. You're watching?
That's right.
Alex Volkanovski.
Who's an award winner?
But I
Mako
will
Shark,
say,
an award winner. He can have whatever he
Who
wants.
the fuck award winner? I will say in his case, it's a
Yes.
little bit allowed because sometimes our friend Goose also, when you have like multiple kids of the same gender and you want the other one potentially, I can kind of, he had 2
You just
daughters
want a healthy child.
and he thought, I want a boy. I think you'd have a boy. But then they put the camera on him and it was another girl. And everyone looked at him like he's going to be flat. But it's like, he's not flat. He's having a kid.
You just want a healthy
You
child.
want a healthy child at the end of the day. So Volk, don't do it again though if you have a fourth kid.
He's in the organ. He do whatever he wants.
Do it on your YouTube show. Open up a fucking like Beef Wellington or some shit. You can do it on that. That's it.
I'm with
But
you, though.
fuck off gender
Nah,
reveals, mate. I couldn't give a fuck. You ring up me and say, hey, we're pregnant. I go, fantastic, bro.
You never actually asked once.
You tell me what you're having.
You never went with what you're having.
No, because whenever you're ready, you have a baby, you have a boy, you have a girl. I'm happy equally for you. So fuck off with your gender reveals. I think it's stupid.
Yeah, it's a little bit, yeah.
I think it's
Little
dumb.
bit-
So
little
anyway,
bit dumb,
I had that
man.
in my notes for a while. I haven't actually gone with it on the pod, but
Well, I thought you were going to go the rap. You've already had to go at the wrapped. People that.
I don't mind that. I'll let them go.
No, you potted them.
Spotify.
You've
You
tanked
potted
them.
them, not me.
You tanked them
It
one
was
year.
you.
No, you tanked them
Yeah,
because
you
you said
told me
that
to
they-
do it.
Yeah, well, look, Coco would agree.
I
Like,
don't mind. Let them go.
yeah, but, you know, I've got Dom Dollar and I've got.
If they want to know
Morgan
that you listen to
Wallen.
Luke Combs,
I've got Dom Dollar and Morgan Wallen in my same rap. Look at my depth of.
I've got the Killers and I've got Luke Bryan, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know. Some
You
country.
know, it's like, look
Chris
at my
Stapleton.
vast knowledge of music.
And
So,
Boney M.
correct. No one gives a fuck or fuck.
I let him go.
I hate him.
Didn't you just congratulate Teddy Swims on winning an award?
That wasn't a rap. That
Wasn't
was
a
just
rap,
Teddy. I'll always give Ted an
Tedrick.
I thought you knew him.
No. I'll
It's
tell you
personal
right,
congrats.
I will say also,
Congrats, Tedrick.
if a man could ever have bought crypto and two artists, I have absolutely nailed both. And you'll agree with me on this.
You were on the
Post
Ted
Malone,
early.
I was on Post Malone before anyone in this country was. Stand by that. And Ted Smith, the locksmith.
You were swimming between the flags.
I was swimming
early.
between the flags before anyone even knew what a swims was. I swear to God, if I could have turned that into crypto,
This was me and you back in 1998. We were on Corn before anyone, mate.
Correct.
We were following the lead. We were
Slipknot.
whatever was before Follow the Leader. We were on. Life is peachy. We were on that shit.
Mate,
Dollar Bill, y'all, Limp Bizkit. We were there before
Oh.
all the masses jumped on.
did I send you that with the funny lady, the Sydney meme when she's crying in the mirror and it's got the husband doing his lip biscuit.
Oh yes, yes.
I'll show you off camera. It's very
Sydney
funny.
Sweeney,
And,
mirror,
and she's
yep.
crying. There's a bloke in the shower
He's doing break
practicing.
stuff, Limp Bizkit.
And he's got the.
It's all about the
It's
Yeah,
the-
it's
No,
good.
but I know how to find talent, Mako Shark. That's why I'm on a podcast with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I identify talent. That's why we've got Coco, even though he wants to continually invest in the show.
Well, we had Tauzemup on now twice.
Correct.
We identify these people.
The Ted Smith.
Have you sold your stocks in Post Malone? Now he's gone country.
No,
Now he's got even bigger.
country's better though.
Now he's even bigger. This pop country scene. It's a
Tell
fucking
you what,
scene,
though,
man.
it is almost a bubble though. The country, like when Beyonce starts releasing country albums, you know it's gone too far.
I don't like the country pop
It's
stuff.
gone too far.
They're all countrying, and
It's just too much.
but
now.
he's gone to another level now.
Yeah, I like the Post.
His dad's a ripper.
I like the Post.
Does he
Got a
go back?
great
Does he
Instagram.
go back to rap, or does he stick with
No,
country?
he'll stick with country.
I think some blokes get in via like that, and then they go to what they actually like.
That's gonna be him now.
Postwood.
Postwood.
Look, it's been a big year.
Great year.
I don't know what else we're
We've
going to
got
talk
one more
about.
episode.
What else are we going to talk about?
Next week.
We'll
When we
do-
get on and win 500.
I'm looking forward to see this Colby Covington bet. Fuck, I hope we win.
That's all I've got though. We're
We're going to go for a chili mug.
Gonna take
Coco.
Coco
We're going
out.
to take Coco out for a Christmas cocktail, so we've got to pay for that.
Do we? Yeah, we've given him
we
enough
actually
money.
give him way more money than he gives
Fuck,
us.
mate,
so
how much would we
probably-
pay
Yeah,
this bloke?
Coco's shit.
I should be shouting you. Yeah.
Oh,
Pay this
you're
guy
right.
fucking tens of thousands of dollars this
No,
year.
you're right. Coco's shit. Can't wait for this.
Hey, studios don't build themselves. It's
True, mate,
it's
that
an
is
expensive
true.
venture.
Good on you, Mick.
Look, it's been a pleasure, actually.
Yeah. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Get around us. Fook 10 on Engage. Please do it.
Ever do a Uber share? Make sure you put the pod into the cab. What I do.
Yeah. Always tell your
Right,
Uber
mate.
driver to subscribe to the pod.
Well, even with just randoms in the cab, you do Uber share and you can.
I don't do Uber share. It's fucking ridiculous.
I do it. Just
Get on a train. Get
do
home.
marketing.
All right, we're just rambling now.
Yeah.
Should we wrap it up?
Wrap it right up.
Wrap it right up. Coco, you ready to go out?
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you to Tauzemup. Can't wait to see you Sunday night, Canggu Fight Series. I'm sure Navajo Sterling, friend of the pod, he would have won
Well,
yesterday.
one and listens.
He's a big man. He's a fucking sick. Can't we
Bolt's
love him.
excited.
Bolt's-
Bolt's family screaming like when
The
the
big-
draftees have the live camera
Mhm.
and they're all hugging and
Well,
the
he
dad.
just won
Correct.
Best YouTube Food Show 2024.
I've
That's-
never even seen anyone be as. Geez, he's transformed.
Who even needs to fight ever again? When
He
you win
doesn't
that?
now. He's winning the cooking awards with us.
Bloody root me.
Who the fuck is that guy?